This is Buffalo, New York speaking, telling what we think of the Japanese aggression. These interviews are recorded for the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., through the facilities of WBEN, the Buffalo Evening News Station. Your name, please.
William Patterson,
And your address?
130 Summit Avenue, Buffalo.
How long have you lived in Buffalo, Mr. Patterson?
Ever since I was born.
And how old are you?
22.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Have you been in Buffalo during the past few years? By
No.
that I mean you look of college age. Have you been away to school?
Yes, I have. For the past 4 years, I've been at Brown University
And where is that located?
in Providence, Rhode Island.
You have received your degree from Brown?
Yes.
Where were you when the news came? Were you here in Buffalo?
Yes, I was.
How did you react to this news?
I was very much surprised by it. I didn't really think that the Japanese would be so foolish as to attempt this attack, which seems that it must end in failure and ruin for them.
You were entirely surprised by the turn of events.
Yes, I was.
You did not anticipate the Japs doing anything aggressively,
No, at least not so soon.
at least not to us.
Yes.
What did you think they would do?
Well, I thought possibly that they would continue their aggressive moves in the direction of Thailand and possibly down toward Singapore. But I didn't anticipate, as I said, the attack on Hawaii and the Philippine Islands.
At what time did you hear the news?
Almost as soon as it was broadcast.
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
You heard it over the radio then?
Yes, I did.
And what was your emotional reaction at that time? One of fear? One of, well, could you describe how you felt?
Well, after the first surprise, I think that I didn't feel any fear. I recognized that all of us here are in for rather a tough time of it, but I was sure that we would all meet the situation to the best of our abilities.
Were you excited?
Well, not a great deal, no.
You felt fairly calm?
Yes, and really confident.
How did your family take the news? You're living with your mother and father, are you?
Yes, I am.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have 2 sisters.
How did they take the news, your family, your sisters, mother and father?
My sisters, I haven't seen. They're not living in Buffalo, but my mother and father were there, and I think that their reaction was much the same as mine. Fairly calm, a little apprehensive perhaps of the dangers that we will have to face, but determined to see them through as they had seen them through in the last war.
Were they excited?
No, I don't think so.
Did they draw parallels between this war and the last one?
No, they didn't.
What does this mean to you, this Japanese aggression? How will it affect you personally, as near as you can tell?
Well, I don't know what it will mean to my personal life yet.
What are you going to do?
Well, I've been considering very seriously enlisting in one or another of the armed forces of my country.
Have you any preference as to the branch?
Well, not so far, no.
You haven't given it serious thought in the point of really moving toward definite signing up. You've just considered it more or less as a possible line of action for you.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's it.
What shall we do here in America? Shall we, what do you think we ought to do as a people now? What's your attitude towards it?
I think we should fight the war as hard as we can until we've won.
Fight foul or fair?
Well, I don't know quite what you mean by foul.
Shall we bomb undefended cities?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it. I don't know really. I don't think it's good military tactic. I don't think it's productive of results.
Do you have any moral scruples against it?
Well, I don't know.
Have you thought of it?
Evidently not.
All right, Mr. Patterson, a few other questions. What do you think of the Japs, the people, Japanese people?
Well,
Do you hate them?
No, I don't hate them. I was very much interested in a news flash I heard over the radio from the Japanese citizens on the West Coast, expressing their loyalty to the president and their shock at the action that their country, their original country, had taken. I don't believe that the majority of, well, I don't know that I can say that, not the majority, but there must be a good many people in Japan who don't believe and don't support this war.
Do you think they are racially treacherous?
Well, no.
Do you think they are pretty much the same as average Americans in their general relationships to each other?
Well, no.
And their emotional and moral background?
Their customs and traditions, of course, are much different than ours. I haven't made a study of the Japanese situation.
Do you think they, the people, have a sense of fair play?
I wouldn't know.
Do you hate Japs individually? If you saw a Jap, would you hate him?
I don't think so.
Do you hate the Japanese government?
Yes, I think the Japanese military government must be destroyed. And so I suppose I hate it.
Would you include the emperor?
No, I think the emperor is more or less separate from this government that has made this attack. I don't know that he will be overthrown as they will be.
What do you think of our government, the American government, as it is now constituted, the president, the vice president, and so forth, the personnel?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great government.
What do you think of the American people? Do you think we have the strength to ride through a long war?
Yes, I do.
What if our undefended cities are bombed?
Well, even so. The damage that might be done will be repaired, as the same thing has happened in England. And I think that our spirit will be as good as the English spirit has proven to be.
And what shall we do with them when we get them at the peace table? Shall we have vengeance, retributive justice? Shall we take revenge?
No, I don't think so. I think that the peace conference must be ruled by considerations of all sorts and not of vengeance, except possibly on the political parties in such of the vanquished countries as are represented. The members of those political parties which have started this war and are continuing it, they probably will have to pay the price.